Merry Christmas. This is Pastor Ron. Listen, real quick, just want to tell you how much we love you and how much we're excited about what God is doing in your life and in this season. But I also want to talk about what it means to be merry during Christmas. Many of us have this misconception that Christmas is about gifts or about family coming together or about, eating good food. And those are all great things. But really, I think what God has called for us to do is to be merry during Christmas. And I don't mean merry in sort of the emotional kind of jovial sense, but I mean the actual Mary of Jesus Christ, Jesus' actual mother. Because it's Mary who carries the Christ. It's Mary who carries the miracle. And so as Christians, we're called to carry the Christ. We're called to carry the miracle. And so if we're going to carry the miracle, if we're going to be merry during Christmas, there are 5 quick things that we've got to have together. The first thing is this, that if we're going to carry the miracle, if we're going to be merry during Christmas, we have to be willing to be exposed. Now, what that means is that if God has placed something on the inside of you, if God has placed something, a destiny, a dream, a vision on the inside of you, it's time to be exposed. It's time to show that thing. You can't hide it any longer. If we're going to be merry during Christmas, if we're going to carry the Christ, carry the miracle, then we have to be willing to expose that thing. If God has done something for you, there ought to be some evidence that something has happened in your life. So point number 1 again is that if we're going to carry the miracle, if we're going to be merry during Christmas, we have to be willing to be exposed. Point number 2 is that if we're going to carry the miracle, if we're going to be willing to be merry during Christmas, we also have to be willing to watch our company. The first time Mary finds out that she's pregnant, the first thing she does is run to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is our older cousin. The reason why she runs to Elizabeth is because Elizabeth also is pregnant. Elizabeth is carrying John the Baptist. And so what Mary understands is that if she's going to bring what she's carrying to fruition, to full term, then she needs to be around some other folk who understand something about pregnancy. And so Mary goes to someone who's also pregnant. See, if we're going to carry this thing to full term, if we're going to be married during Christmas, if we're going to birth this miracle, then we have to be around people who have like minds. And so if God has given you a vision, you ought to be around some other folk that God has given a vision to. If God has given you a destiny and a purpose, you need to be around some people who understand something about destiny and about purpose. So again, if we're going to carry this thing, we need to watch our company. But then number 3 is this. If we're going to carry this miracle, if we're really going to be married during Christmas, we have to be willing to move. When God speaks to Mary, he speaks to Mary in Nazareth. Mary is in the ghettos of Galilee. He speaks to her there and gives her a destiny, gives her a purpose, gives her a directive for her life. But it does not come to pass until she gets to Bethlehem. Now, she may have been impregnated in Nazareth, but does not come to fruition, does not birth the child until she gets to Bethlehem. I've never read in the text where God gives a promise and a harvest in the same spot. No, every time God gives a promise, we have to move. We have to go to a new place to reap the harvest. And it's the same case here in the text with Mary. When God speaks to Mary in Nazareth, Mary has to go to Bethlehem, which is over 80 miles away, in order to birth the Christ child. See, many of us are in the same condition. We can't walk around with Nazareth mentalities, but waiting on a Bethlehem blessing. If we're going to get the fullness of what God has for us, we have to be willing to go where that thing is being produced. Does that make sense? If we're still stuck in a Nazareth mentality, still stuck in a Nazareth state of mind, how can we ever receive a Bethlehem blessing? And so if we're going to get that thing, we have to be willing to move. Now, again, some of you, that may be physical, an actual geographic move. And for others, it may be mental or psychological. If we're going to get the Bethlehem blessing, our Nazareth mentalities have to change. Number 4 is this, is that if we're going to carry the miracle, if we're going to really be merry during Christmas, then we also have to be willing to operate, not just think, but operate outside of the box. When Mary and Joseph get to Bethlehem, they can't find any place to stay. They can't find an inn, they can't find a bed, they can't find a hotel room, they can't find a cousin's house, they can't find a floor, they can't find anywhere to stay. And so the Christ child ends up being born in a manger in a barn. Now, what this means is that what God has placed inside of you, this destiny, this vision, this purpose that God has given you cannot be contained in natural or regular means. No, it won't fit into old structures. It won't fit into old boxes. If God is going to birth this thing in you, he's going to birth it in such a new and dynamic way that what you ought to be looking for is a whole new way to operate outside of traditional means. Yeah, if God is going to do it, stop looking for the inn, stop looking for the hotel, start looking for the stadium, start looking for the field, start looking for those different kinds of ways of achieving what God has for you. Because that's the only way you'll be able to birth the miracle. Point number 5 is this. Lastly, this.